Hey guys, my name is Jordan Downey and I'm the director of Critters Bounty Hunter. If you haven't seen the short film, go ahead and pause here and check it out on my YouTube channel, because what I'm going to do now is walk you through a step-by-step process for how we made the film. You're watching part 6 and the final making of video for Critters Bounty Hunter, where I share with you all of the Easter eggs and hidden little references to Critters 1 through 4. If you're a hardcore Critters fan like me, you don't want to miss this. Number 1. Location title cards. Critters 4 begins with 2 separate title cards. One that reads Somewhere in Kansas and one that reads Somewhere in Saturn Quadrant. It was actually my brother Mike's idea, which I thought was great, and that was to start our short with the title card Somewhere on Earth. Number 2. Critter Smash. Critters have a tendency to get crushed under falling objects, like the fan in Critters 1 or the warehouse door in Critters 2. While the event happens before our movie begins, I start the short on the bounty hunter discovering a dead critter, smashed under a heavy object. Number 3. G-Sweep. In Critters 2, the alien named Xanti that buzzes into the bounty hunter's ship mentions the G-Sweep as some kind of intergalactic life form scan.
The G-Sweep of the planet Earth indicates residual Crite life.
G-Sweep's wrong.
G-Sweep is infallible.
So I brought that back as the method in which the bounty hunter's canon confirms that one critter remains.
G-Sweep confirms additional Crite life within 100 meters.
Number 4. Bounty Hunter Markings. If you look closely at the bounty hunter's ship in Critters 1, you'll notice some odd markings and lettering, most likely in alien language the bounty hunters use. So I created a few letters of my own, which can be seen at the top of the bounty hunter's cannon. Number 5. Confused by Earth Food. After the bounty hunters go on a killing spree in the Hungry Heifer, they're seen stumbling out of the restaurant fascinated by and incorrectly holding a bottle of ketchup and a drink. I always found their obsession with trying to fit into society on Earth really funny, so I brought that curiosity of food back with the box of pastaroni. Number 6. Hanging up. In Critters 1, it's established that the bounty hunters hate being told what to do, especially if they feel like their boss is nagging them. So how do they handle the situation? By abruptly hanging up on him.
I trust, however, you will be less destructive this time, considering you nearly destroyed half.
Which is exactly what I did in the short when the gun starts getting into too many specifics about the pastaroni.
In human beings, also a can.
Number 7. Body movement. The bounty hunters move in a very robotic way, kind of like a turret spinning into action. It's almost as if the gun controls their movement and leads the way. I made sure that when the character spins in our short, it really felt like the way Ugg did in Critters 1 and Critters 2. Number 8. Chair destruction. In Critters 1, Dee Wallace, impressively in control of the family shotgun, blasts a chair knocked over in the hallway trying to shoot a critter. So when I had to pick a piece of furniture to get blown up in the short, I obviously had to choose a similar looking wooden chair. Number 9. Terrence Mann. One of the only actors to appear in all 4 Critters movies, Terrence Mann played Ugg the Bounty Hunter, who is one of my all-time favorite characters. When I set out to make this short, I knew I had to find a way to get him in here. So that's Terrence Mann on the TV in the background from an episode of the Dresden Files. If you listen closely, I even chose a scene where he puts emphasis on the word powerful.
Powerful. You and your uncle will provide.
Another little nod to Terrence Mann and what he contributed to the Critters series. Number 10. Back of hand. Speaking of Ugg the Bounty Hunter, there were multiple times in Critters 1 where Ugg would use the back of his hand to push someone aside or open a door. I always liked that little touch, as if he was proceeding cautiously or demonstrating a get out of my way show of power. So I brought that back as a little mannerism our bounty hunter uses as well. Number 11. Toilet. In the first Critters, one of the creatures rolls over and hops inside of a toilet to cool off after it's been caught on fire. Later on, the bounty hunters discover the critter inside the toilet and blast it to pieces. When the bounty hunter in our short stumbles upon a toilet, he extends his cannon. It's almost as if our guy has heard the story of a previous encounter from Kansas in 1986. I even went all out and bought a soft toilet seat cover that matches the one seen in Critters. Number 12. Stuffed animals. When the man of the house, Jay, first gets attacked in Critters 1, he's seen reaching out toward a shelf in the basement cellar. The critter is hiding amongst a variety of stuffed animals, which is exactly what I did for the first reveal of our monster in Critters Bounty Hunter. You'll notice the most prominent toy I chose was an Easter Bunny, which is a direct reference to Critters 2 and Critters 3. Number 13, Critters cursing. One of the more memorable moments from both Critters 1 and Critters 2 are the scenes in which the critters cuss. In the first movie, they say fuck. And in part 2, it's bitchin'. I wanted to bring their foul language back, which led me to, oh fuck. Number 14, the Council. Throughout this series, there's multiple references to an intergalactic council which the bounty hunters oftentimes work for.
The Council is very nervous when it comes to the Krites. They are a lethal plague and must be wiped out.
The Intergalactic Council has dispatched a specimen collection pod.
The Council is sending a pod here?
At the end of our short, the talking gun can be heard mentioning that the Council has a new mission waiting for him inside the ship.
The Council has new orders waiting for you at the ship.
Number 15, transformation capabilities. In Critters 1, Warden Zanti introduces us to the idea that the bounty hunters' glowing heads are actually capable of transforming.
Your transformation capabilities should come in quite handy there.
He does so before we get to see the effect, and since the bounty hunter in our short never transforms, I brought that same nagging, use your transformation capabilities line back through the voice of the gun.
Perhaps next time you'll not ignore my request to utilize your transformation capabilities.
Number 16, Critter Eggs. Each film in the Critter series included critter eggs, and I was interested in not only showing the eggs, but doing so in a way that we've seen before. Critters 1 ends on a handheld roving camera that drifts along the ground over to a few eggs. I wanted to duplicate that shot so that when the eggs get blown up, you're taken by surprise because you're expecting one thing and get another. The funny thing is, I'd been practicing this shot for quite some time. Here's a clip from a home movie I made when I was growing up, imitating that exact shot. The only difference? Chicken eggs from my mom's fridge. Number 17, Green Flash. In the first movie, whenever the bounty hunters fire their cannons, you can see there's a few frames of a green flash intercut with all the explosions and debris. Now they probably had some kind of flashbulb or lightning strike effect with a green gel on set, but for our short, I added a few frames of a green flare to give it a similar effect. Number 18, Kill More Krites. The bounty hunters love to make it known that they're after the critters, with lines like, "We want the Krites."
We want the Krites.
Kill Krites.
Kill more Krites.
In our short, I didn't want the bounty hunter to speak until the very end, and if he or she was going to say anything, it would definitely be "Kill more Krites."
Kill more Krites.
Number 19, Power of the Night. I personally love it when a song is made specifically for a movie, and Power of the Night, sung by TERRENCE MANN, is one of my favorite guilty pleasure 80s rock songs.
It's the power of the night. Streets are calling. Power of the night.
It adds such a mood to the whole movie, and it really expands the world on Earth outside of the farm. From the start, I always wanted to bring that song back for our closing credits, so the film's composer Nick Sewell performed and produced our very own cover.
Power of the night. Streets are calling. Stealing from the light.
Number 20, Post-Credits Critter. After the final rolling credits in Critters 1 and Critters 4, you can hear one last critter laugh. Not only is it a great little hint at more potential sequels, but it's also just a fitting farewell to the movie, keeping that fun-natured spirit going to the very end. Naturally, when our film ends and the last credit scrolls away, I wanted to leave our audience with that same lasting impression. Hey guys, thank you so much for watching, and I hope that this gave you a little insight into the making of Critters Bounty Hunter. If you liked this short film, make sure to check out the other shorts I've done on my YouTube channel, and be sure to subscribe because I'll soon be posting behind the scenes videos for those projects too. If you have any questions or you're looking for any advice, leave me a comment and I'll try and get back to you. Thanks again.